Charlie Bonney, and I'm the host of the Innovator Series, brought to you by Technology for Obama. I'm here with Charlie Moore, who is the founder and chairman of Rocket Lawyer. So it's such a pleasure to be with you, Charlie.
Great to be with you, Shelby.
So I wanted to, you've had quite a career in terms of having started what is a very successful business, but also having advised a whole bunch of companies along the way. And I'm curious what kind of lessons you've learned through that might be good learning for someone who's watching this.
Yeah, I think I have been fortunate to work with some real innovators, people who started some household name businesses like Yahoo, also to millions, more than 2 million small business owners who, like Derek Watson of Watson Family Enterprises, who you may not have heard of, but are really important to what works in America. And I'm being very reductive to say this, but it's being obsessed with what you do. It's really doing it no matter what. And a lot of that goes to being obsessed with your customer. Jeff Bezos talks about this up at Amazon, and that helps you to really push through any obstacle, that obsession. And usually, we can find something that we really, really care deeply about, and especially other people that we really, really care deeply about. We want to make, or those innovators, they want to make the space they occupy better for them having been there, and they're obsessed with however it is that they're going to go do that.
And what other, kind of follow your passions and, do it obsessively. What other lessons, what other things have you learned kind of in your own experiences in terms of some of the things that worked and some of the things that didn't work?
Well, capital is important. If we get right down to the basic building blocks, a lot of what our small businesses tell us is they have trouble accessing capital. And so anything the ones who get beyond the hump, not only do they have the great idea and they're obsessed with it, but they actually have a knack for being able to raise capital and then deploy capital effectively. Yeah,
what was it like? So you'd advised a bunch of companies in the raising capital. What was it like going out and raising capital for yourself?
Well, I guess I've been really blessed to be here in this Silicon Valley ecosystem that you're a part of as well. One of the best moves I ever made was, and I think this is similar for a lot of people, is where I chose to go to grad school. So I went to the Naval Academy as an undergrad, served in the Navy for a few years, and then I went to Berkeley for grad school, for law school, and that started to really tap me into the Silicon Valley ecosystem. One of my mentors was Larry Sonsini. And so being able to who founded Wilson Sonsini Law Firm here. So being able to tap into this ecosystem that we have in Silicon Valley, where if you have an idea, there's a process, there's people that you can meet, you can build a team. A humble lawyer like myself can find engineers to work with to actually build the product. And so for me, raising the capital was probably in some ways less daunting because I had the blessing of being here in Silicon Valley, where we have that sort of an ecosystem set up and a process to do it.
But it also, if you take a little bit kind of the Reid Hoffman, the startup of you, it's a little bit, sounds very much like your network, which is...
Absolutely.
And and I know you've been someone who's really done a good job of kind of maintaining and fostering relationships with people in the community.
Well, this is sort of axiomatic, but relationships are what it's all about. But I think there's lessons that we can learn from this in terms of our own places, making your place better. One of the things that I think is really neat right now is the Startup America project. And so really starting to replicate maybe some of the things that are going on here in Silicon Valley in other regions of the country could be really interesting, because I do think that we have something special going here, and I've certainly been a beneficiary of it.
Well, that's great. Well, it's really fun to talk to you, and we look forward to talking again.
Thank you.